Welcome history enthusiasts, to Founding a Nation, the birth of the United States exploring early American history. In this episode, we embark on a captivating expedition through time, unraveling the story of America's genesis. Join us as we uncover the untold tales of courage, vision, and sacrifice that paved the way for the birth of a nation. Our journey begins in the early 17th century. The seeds of what would become the United States were sown as European settlers embarked on perilous voyages across the Atlantic Ocean in search of new horizons. These pioneers braved the treacherous waters and harsh conditions to reach the shores of North America, driven by dreams of a better life and the promise of freedom. The first permanent English settlement in America was established in Jamestown, Virginia, in 1607. It was a place of great trials and tribulations. The colonists faced the harsh realities of a new land, scarce food, hostile indigenous populations, and the challenges of adapting to a radically different environment. Meanwhile, in the north, the Mayflower Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock in 1620. These early settlers were seeking religious freedom and the opportunity to build a community based on their own beliefs. They, too, encountered adversity in the form of severe winters, starvation, and deadly diseases. Despite these hardships, the spirit of determination and resilience prevailed. The settlers persevered, learning to cultivate crops, form alliances with indigenous people, and adapt to their new surroundings. Over time, the colonies grew, as did the ideals of self-governance and independence. The colonies began to develop a unique identity and a sense of autonomy. They recognized the need to protect their interests and have a voice in their own governance. The concept of self-determination began to take root, setting the stage for the birth of a new nation. As the 18th century unfolded, the relationship between the American colonies and the British Empire became increasingly strained. Disputes over taxation, representation, and governance led to mounting tensions. The colonists, who had come to see themselves as Americans, sought a greater degree of autonomy. The year 1776 marked a turning point in history. On July 4, the Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence. Penned by Thomas Jefferson, this document declared the 13 American colonies as independent states, free from the rule of the British Crown. The Declaration of Independence not only expressed the colonies' grievances but also articulated a vision of a new, self-governing nation. The American Revolution had begun, and it was a war not just for independence but also for the revolutionary ideas of liberty, self-determination, and democracy. Leading figures like John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and George Washington emerged as key figures in the fight for freedom. The American Revolution was not just a military struggle, it was a battle of ideas and ideals. Pivotal battles, such as the battles of Lexington and Concord and Bunker Hill, marked the early stages of the conflict. The colonists, despite being outmatched and outnumbered, displayed remarkable resilience. The winter at Valley Forge in 1777–1778 was a time of great hardship, but it also served to forge the spirit of determination that would carry the Continental Army through the trials of the war. The turning point of the American Revolution came at the Battle of Saratoga in 1777, where American forces, along with support from the French, achieved a significant victory over the British. This victory brought the French formally into the war as allies of the American cause. As the war progressed, the American colonies gained the support of not just France but also Spain and the Netherlands. These alliances helped tip the balance in favor of the American forces, ultimately leading to the British recognizing American independence with the Treaty of Paris in 1783. With the war won, the path to creating a new nation lay before the leaders of the American Revolution. The Articles of Confederation, adopted in 1777, represented the first attempt at a national government, but it soon became clear that it was too weak to effectively govern the new United States. The shortcomings of the Articles of Confederation, including issues with taxation and trade, led to a call for a stronger central government. A constitutional convention was convened in Philadelphia in 1787, where delegates from the states gathered to draft a new constitution. Among the influential figures at the Constitutional Convention were James Madison, often referred to as the father of the Constitution, and Benjamin Franklin. The resulting U.S. Constitution, which was ratified in 1788, established the framework for the American government that we know today. It created a system of checks and balances, separating powers among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. Among the influential figures at the Constitutional Convention were James Madison, often referred to as the father of the Constitution, and Benjamin Franklin. The resulting U.S. Constitution, which was ratified in 1788, established the framework for the American government that we know today. It created a system of checks and balances, separating powers among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. The Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, was added to ensure individual liberties and protect the rights of American citizens. These amendments became a cornerstone of American democracy. On April 30, 1789, George Washington was inaugurated as the first President of the United States in New York City. His leadership helped set the precedent for the office of the President and solidified the principles of the Constitution. The birth of the United States was not simply a historical event, it was the realization of a dream, a nation founded on the principles of freedom, equality, and self-governance. It marked the culmination of decades of struggle, sacrifice, and innovation. The American Revolution was a crucible of bravery and determination, shaping the destiny of a fledgling nation. Through the triumphs and tribulations of this pivotal period, America emerged as a beacon of freedom, inspiring generations to come. Thank you for joining us on this illuminating expedition through founding a nation, the birth of the United States, exploring early American history. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we delve deeper into the challenges and triumphs of the early American Republic. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical insights. Until next time, remember, history is not just a record of the past, it's a blueprint for the future.